Hey guys, and welcome to NINTENDUARY, a month where we review a different Nintendo 64 game every single day for the entire month. Today we are looking at Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards for the Nintendo 64. Alright, let's get into it. This is a tricky game for me coming into, as I do vividly remember renting this game from Blockbuster, and I remember actually liking it. But at the same time, I was a kid, and I think I pretty much enjoyed anything that I was able to play on the console at that point. Kirby 64 The Crystal Shards follows Kirby as he goes on another adventure. Big surprise. One thing that is interesting to note is that while Nintendo and other companies were making it a point to transform games into a three-dimensional world like Super Mario 64 and Donkey Kong 64, Kirby 64 The Crystal Shards sticks to the side-scrolling platformer style, but introduces some dimension, making it a 2.5D platformer. It looks pretty good, mind you. In the year 2000, side-scrollers were not really in, so it actually was a breath of fresh air after reviewing FPSs like GoldenEye and platformers like Banjo and Mario. The game has some pretty good mechanics too. There's a wide variety of abilities Kirby can obtain, there's a variety of different bosses and mini-bosses along the way, and I actually had a good time coming back to this. But the game doesn't go without its issues. It's dangerously short for a platformer game, clocking in at just 2.5 hours. And there really isn't a need for replaying the game after you beat it. The game is also dangerously easy, which makes me assume that this game was intended for a younger audience, much in the same way the other Kirby games were. But it's a shame that this is one of the only 2.5D platformers we got on the N64. There weren't a lot of them, and it's such a short and easy experience. I almost wish it went the route of Mario, where it started off easy and then ramped up in difficulty, but they just didn't seem to go that route. The graphics really aren't the greatest here ever. Everything looks really jittery and unpolished, almost like a PS1 game, and there's never a differentiation between what's in the foreground and what's in the background. And normally I wouldn't fault the graphics on an N64 game too much, but this game came out after Super Smash Bros., which is a 2.5D fighting game made by the same studio, and Kirby looks great in Smash Bros., but this game came out a year later and it looks like this. So what gives? I mean, they really dropped the ball in the graphics for a early 2000s game. The level designs are fun and unique and extremely linear. This is a basic side-scrolling platformer, which is okay. I appreciate the combination of abilities options that Kirby has, and the bosses are cool. The whole theory that Shiverstar is a destroyed Earth years later kind of is a neat idea. It kind of creeped me out, but it's also pretty cool. The music in this game doesn't really feel the most fitting as opposed to the other type of Nintendo 64 games that have amazing music. It kind of feels like I was in an arcade or a dance club that sped up the music too much. Luke, play a clip of the music from the game. I feel like, I don't know, it's just, maybe I was in a workout video from the 90s. I don't know, but there was just nothing too memorable, a little intense, I just don't know. I'm not going to go ahead and bash this game too much more, as it clearly is a game for kids, but it's not in the same way that Mario was a game that broke everyone in, and this is a game that a little kid can beat on their own, and maybe it'll be the first game that a kid has played through. I remember I got really far just renting the game, and that was pretty rare for me because as a kid I wasn't good at video games. If you played this game as a kid, you'll enjoy playing through it an afternoon, but I wouldn't recommend it to anyone else who's maybe trying to get into the N64 for the first time, unless you're really bad at video games. If you have a kid that you maybe want to show what the N64 was all about back in the day, and they can actually perform well in, this game would be great, and it's some food for thought to think about, but it's not a game that you need to drop all the money you can as soon as you see it for sale. It's no Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask by any means. But if you find it for the right price, or you find it in a bundle, pick it up, and it's not a bad game, so give it a try. But if you like this video, guys, be sure to hit the like button down below, subscribe, leave a comment with what you think about Kirby, and check out our other NINTENDUARY videos. We've been covering Nintendo games every single day for the past month, and we're going to finish this month out strong. Tomorrow, I'm back looking at the amazing, it's going to be the best, guys, Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue, because the show's so good. that the game has to be good also. Alright guys, I'll see you tomorrow with a new video. Bye guys.